Welcome everybody to the channel. Today we're reviewing Raw August 18, 2025. And it starts off with Seth Rollins, the Vision crew coming out to the ring to talk about what happened last week and how they're gloating and kicking ass and all that. Jey Uso comes out from the Jey Uso, right? Yeah, Jey Uso comes out from the crowd, start doing the yeet and all that with the kids and everything, and we get a match set up, a street fight. Why is it a street fight? Well, because Paul Heyman's in Philly, ECW's from Philly. Why not have a street fight? Old school Philly, old school ECW, and that's what's gonna happen at the main event. And then right after that, we get the Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez match. So that match was pretty good. It went a little too long for me, but it was pretty good. At the end, Roxanne tried to get involved. Didn't happen. Io wins clean. And then Roxanne comes back in. They start attacking Io. And Rhea Ripley comes out, helps her out. So everything's good there until we get to the back room where Io and Rhea Ripley were talking in the back. And the Kabuki Warriors come out and they're pissed off at Rhea for helping out. Well, actually, they're pissed off at Io for telling them, I don't need you today, you stay in the back. And then Rhea helps her. So, like, oh, what? She can help you, but not us. And I think they're starting an Asuka heel turn. And we're going to see probably Rhea Ripley versus Asuka at some point of the match. Then we head on to the Penta and Xavier Woods match. This was hard to watch for me. I like Penta, but the match was slow. It wasn't great. It one of those matches where I started like looking at news on my phone. I'm not knocking none of them. They're good performers, but it just, I don't know. I didn't feel it. But Penta won. They're gonna continue this feud because next week he's fighting Xavier Woods, and we'll see where it goes from there. They're still mourning the titles, and I don't know what's gonna happen in that storyline. I have no idea. Maybe Austin Theory comes back at some point and helps him out, but helps Penta out, and we see the heel turn there. I mean the babyface turn there. So from there we see the Finn Balor and JD McDonald match with Dominic Mysterio in their corner versus Iguana man, Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee, and Finn Balor gets the win with shenanigans, of course, from Dominic and all that. At the end, we see Dominic start beating up Dragon Lee and all that, and then Vikingo. So El Hijo de Vikingo comes in, helps out Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee, but he gets hit with a belt by Dominic Mysterio. Dominic gets his revenge. He does his frog splash on him, and he holds on both titles. How he should have won at Triple Mania before he got robbed by AJ Styles. There was no signs of AJ Styles today, so he probably had the day off. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Now we're gonna have a match at World's End with Dominic versus El Hijo de Vikingo, and I'm pretty sure he'll win the title there. After that, we get a vignette of Bailey is doing her weird, I don't know what's gonna happen with me, so that happened. Then we get the Becky and Natalia match, who I was looking forward to this match for the Intercontinental title. But it let me down because then I was hoping Natalia came out like she did in AAA. I need that badass Natalia, not this one. And then she gets hurt supposedly from the arm, and it's just a setup that she could do the arm breaker and it'll make her look bad. And then Maxine Dupree tries to help her at the end of the match, and she starts getting her ass kicked by Becky Lynch. And here comes Nikki Bella with a cheek pop wearing a stupid Eagles jersey. I'm a Niners fan, so that's a different thing. But she was wearing a stupid Eagles jersey, and I will say stupid Eagles jersey. And she gets the cheek pop from that, and beats her out. She gets out of the ring, shenanigans, and that's it. We come back. After that, that's when we have the well, actually, we go to commercial. There's a Trick Williams. I don't know if anybody saw this. Only people that have the Netflix without commercials have the Trick Williams promotes his match for tomorrow NXT. So we come back from commercials. Naomi comes to the ring, and everybody's expecting it. We know what's gonna happen. She is pregnant. Congratulations to Jimmy Uso. Congratulations to Naomi. She's gonna be out for 9 months. She puts the title on the damn mat. Before she puts the title on the mat, Adam Pearce was like, "I'll get the title." She goes, "I ain't giving you shit." They actually said the word shit on Raw. Ooh, PG-13 now. Anyway, so yeah, she puts the title down. The title's vacant. We'll see what happens with that storyline. Pretty sure it's gonna be like a 4-way match or a tournament. And Stephanie McMahon or someone will fight at the Clash over there in Paris. Then we get another interview. This was during the commercial break. We get an interview of Nikki Bella, and she pop with the stupid Eagles. She's like, "Let's go Eagles, Eagles," just because they won the championship. We could have won it if they weren't her pretty. That's besides the point. Anyway, so Nikki Bella, they set up a confrontation for next week's Raw. I don't know if, like I said, this was during the commercial break. We have a little thing that says commercial on the right side. I don't know if everybody gets that, but that happens. And then we have Dominic talking to Grande Americano backstage. Judgment Day walks by. Finn Balor sees this. He's like, "What's going on?" Dominic is like, "Don't worry, it's just for the Judgment Day. It helps us out." Finn Balor looks confused, so there could probably be a feud brewing there. And then we get to the ECW Extreme Rules match. They don't call it that. I'm calling it that. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. It's your regular street fight. They come out with a car like Cactus Jack used to do, full of bats, candlesticks, sledgehammers, all that stuff. So that match goes on. It's an extreme fight. They're hitting each other with chairs. There's a spot where Braun Breaker puts the chairs back to back. He picks up Jey Uso and drops him right in his stomach, right on the chair. That was pretty badass. And then we get a run-in from, as soon as Jey Uso was about to win, we get a run-in from Bronson Reed, who pulls out the ref. Shenanigans starts. And here comes LA Knight. They start fighting. Then comes Seth Rollins, beats up LA Knight. CM Punk comes out. They start fighting. Then they tag team with LA Knight and CM Punk. They start beating up Seth Rollins. And at some point, LA Knight gets pushed onto a table by CM Punk, but it was accident. But you know that's going to happen, where there's going to be friction between them now. And then we have CM Punk and Seth Rollins just start fighting on the crowd. He goes out. So Bronson Reed's still out there. When Jey Uso's about to get back up, Bronson Reed steps in. But here comes Roman Reigns, the OTC. Spears Braun Breaker. Superman punch Bronson Reed. They put in Braun Breaker into the ring. Jey Uso puts him on a table. He does the frog splash. Or not the frog splash, the splash from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso wins. And they're going to set up a match between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. I'm pretty sure a Clash of the Champions in Paris. Or Clash, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called no more. So many pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever you want to call them. I call them pay-per-views because that shows my age. Anyway, this Raw was pretty good. Not the greatest. There was slow at some parts. And it was enjoyable to watch. I wasn't bored, so that's a good thing. So, yeah. So that's Raw for this week. That was my Raw review for this week's 8/18/2025 Raw edition. Tomorrow's NXT. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do my review for NXT. Trick Williams is supposed to fight tomorrow, and I don't know what else is happening right now. But I will catch up, and I didn't see last week's. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see last week's NXT. So I'll catch up with that one tonight. And then tomorrow I'll have a review on tomorrow's NXT. Hope you enjoy this Raw review. I'm still trying to get into the flow of how to explain things, so it's a little rough. So subscribe to this channel. Help us out. With that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the NXT review. And I'm out of here. Have a good one.